A couple years ago, Trisha Paytas and Barstool were in some drama after a video went around of a few Barstool employees reacting to Trisha's OnlyFans account. Trisha responded to the viral video going around by posting one to her YouTube channel titled "Barstool Sports Pirating My Nudes." In her response, she called them out for seemingly shaming her based on their reactions, as one person was gagging in reaction to purchasing her OnlyFans and watching the content. She felt shamed by it and felt like this just wasn't something that should have been posted to the internet. And she also called them out for the fact that only one person had purchased a subscription and more than one person was viewing it.
That's the final bird.
You're doing the same thing she's doing.
And the whole situation got brought up again this week because on Trisha's podcast, she was talking about Trace Cyrus, as he recently came out to talk on women who post on OnlyFans. He completely shamed those that make content on there, judging their morals, and it was just not something that Trisha liked hearing. It then led her and her co-host Oscar to talk about what happened with her and Barstool and how that was another time where she felt people were shaming those that post on OnlyFans.
Also, just why does everyone think, and it's kind of like a general thing, like why do the men think they have to like pipe up and like give their opinion on something that doesn't involve them at all? It's like,
like women being their
Why?
most vulnerable. Yes, they're killing it making money, but you're still getting disrespected, degraded, humiliated, people judge you for it, whatever, like that, and you're at your most vulnerable shit, and you're gonna like really, that's been always been my issue. I remember like, I don't know, 2 years ago, it was like Barstool Sports or something, which is maybe why I have a beef with, I actually like Dave Portnoy, I don't know if he had anything to do with this, but there was a video of Barstool Sports employees like making fun of my OnlyFans.
I do remember
it was
that,
like two
yeah.
girls and two guys, and I'm like, you are so disgusting and sick and twisted. Like, no matter what, no matter how much money I make, no matter the choices I make putting stuff out, it's like, that's me at my like literal most vulnerable shit. That's why I get pissed about anything naked, nude, any stuff like that. Like, yes, I put it out there, and like that's how I make money, because like it's just how I make money. Like, I don't know what else I would do without it, but it's like so gross. Like, you're already putting yourself out there, you're already so vulnerable. Like, obviously I already talk about so much about my insecurities with my body, all that stuff like that. Like, I don't know what it is, why people want to take that moment. Like, there's so many things to critique me for and hate me for, but you're gonna take that, like my naked body, and like make fun of me. Like, I just think that's like literally the scummiest of the scummy. It's like, so you're so bottom of the barrel. Shame on the women for doing that. Like, that's so disgusting. Like, anything like that's so gross. But also like the men, like how disgusting are you?
Now, some people had never heard of this situation before because it was a couple years ago. It was back in 2021. And obviously there's bound to be people who miss certain dramas. Not everyone can pay close attention to everything. And plus, since this whole situation went down, I will say that Brianna Chicken Fry, who was one of the employees in this video, has grown a really big following. So I think a lot of people just didn't know, oh, that was her in this situation. And they were disappointed to see that she was in this, and that, you know, this is something that Trisha was talking about, and that Trisha was made to feel this way by Barstool employees. But not only just that, one of them being someone who a lot of people have grown to love in recent times. So then people took to Brianna's recent TikToks and were very upset at her for this whole thing. And she ended up responding after someone said, "Are you just gonna ignore all the comments about Trisha?"
I mean, yeah, I was gonna, because this happened in 2019. Already did all this. She already made YouTube videos about me. This was a trending topic on BFFs for like 3 weeks. This is the reason she hates everyone on BFFs. Or she hates Dave or whatever, and hates me. Loves Josh. And confused why she's still talking about this. This was like a whole thing 3-4 years ago. I'm 24 now. She's like 40. I already said my piece. I made a whole bunch of videos on it. I don't know, maybe because I'm getting a little attention in the media now. She wants to bring it back up, which is weird. But pop off queen. Yeah, she like made up a whole story, pretend she didn't know who I was. I bought her OnlyFans. Some guy at work came up to me behind my desk, started recording it, and posted it. Not her OnlyFans, of me watching it at Barstool. I didn't know he was recording me, and that was that. I didn't even say anything in the video. She was doing a naked house tour, so it was funny, and it was trending, so that's why I bought her OnlyFans. I'm still subscribed, Trisha. I'm still paying for that. Like I said, 3 years ago, okay? Let's move on. Okay? Bigger and better things.
Now, in that video, she said that it happened in 2019. It happened in 2021, just in case anyone was confused by that. But I will say that she did respond back then. She is right. She did address it back then. She addressed it on the BFFs podcast and on her Plan Brie podcast. And she explained the whole situation in depth, saying that they were laughing because the video that they watched was Trisha doing a naked house tour, and they thought that that was a really funny concept. That's why they were laughing. And the person that gagged in the video is known to do that towards any and everything, apparently. And people were just blowing this whole thing out of proportion, and she just felt like people were getting the whole story wrong.
Trisha Paytas OnlyFans. I can't even explain to you how annoying and just how wrong everyone that's talking on it has gotten it. I know a lot of you guys probably don't even know what happened because I didn't make a big deal out of it because it's not a big deal, and it's weird that Trisha tried to kind of just promote it and like make money off of it, but that's what Trisha Paytas does, so it's whatever. I expect nothing less from her. Anyways, this is what happened. I'll tell you how it got twisted. I'll tell you the real story, what everyone on the line is saying, and I'll just tell you my feelings. We were sitting down at work and we were watching Trisha Paytas's new YouTube video because like I loved Trisha Paytas. I don't know, I might still love her, I don't know. But I had never seen her OnlyFans and no one that I was with had. So we were like, let's look up her OnlyFans because we're talking about how rich she is and like how awesome her house is. We're like, what could she possibly be posting? I bought it. We're all standing around watching it. It's not like the whole office, like everyone trying to make it out to be. It was like 4 of us watching her OnlyFans, and I paid for it, and we're sitting down. The first video that was currently on it, because it was the same day as the house tour that we were watching, was her naked house tour, which in itself is one of the funniest ideas for an OnlyFans video. We were dying laughing at this video. So someone in the office that like records behind the scenes of like everything that's going on went in front of us, not showing any of her content at all, and recorded us watching her naked house tour and reacting to it, and we're all dying laughing. And then John Feidelberg, who's in the background, starts gagging because like she showed her bent over, and he started like going ugh. And then we were all laughing because that's what like John Feidelberg does, and everyone that found it on Twitter doesn't know John Feidelberg. For you guys that don't know John Feidelberg, he works at Barstool. That is like his bit.
Now, I will say that I just don't think the video should have been posted, and it is hurtful because how was anyone supposed to know, oh, they aren't laughing at her naked body? They're just laughing at the video concept. And not everyone, especially Trisha, is going to know that this one guy in the office is known to gag at everything. I mean, I think it just comes across as mean and doesn't feel good to see someone react that way about you, even if that's his thing. And I think a lot of people can see and understand that it would be hurtful to see a video like that about yourself. And the thing is, yes, this video is old. We don't need to rehash it. It's like not something that anyone needs to be like canceled for or anything like that. I think people are just disappointed seeing how Brianna reacted again, because the original response to the whole situation was her defending that they were not doing anything wrong technically, although she did take accountability for the fact that only one person paid and they were all viewing it. That was kind of the only thing that she felt was wrong about the video. I wish that she had seen how it could still be hurtful even if their intention wasn't to laugh and make fun of her and they really just thought that the video was funny and that person just like gags all the time, that it still comes across as hurtful to Trisha because nobody knew what was on the other side of their screen that they were watching other than them saying it was Trisha's OnlyFans, which is mean. And yeah, this is her response at the time, but the new response that she did on TikTok, people didn't love that either, and they didn't love what she said about Trisha afterwards under TikToks that people reposted of her response, because she ended up deleting her response video and someone reposted it reacting with their thoughts, and she commented, "Trisha is a terrible person," which I didn't even think that this was her for a second. I was like, no way, but it is. It's on her burner account that she commented this on the video. So she's clearly really upset that this was a drama in the first place, and two, that it's getting talked about again. And I also just think in this situation, whether people think that Trisha has done a lot of bad things in the past, like her or not, they can feel for her in this situation. They realize that that's hurtful. Whether that was their intention or not, her feelings were hurt. And Brianna wants to talk about how people got the context of this all wrong, and that's how this drama started in the first place, when Brianna got the context of Trisha talking about it again wrong, and she made herself mad. Because she thinks that Trisha just brought this up out of nowhere because Brianna has clout now, so Trisha's talking about it because she doesn't like Brianna, when that's not actually the case. She brought it up because it was relevant to the conversation she was having on her podcast, and that is that. She wasn't trying to make it a drama. She wasn't trying to have more drama with Barstool or anything like that. So it was like really unnecessary for Brianna to say as much as she did. She could have just said, I'm sorry that that happened in the past, and we're not doing stuff like that anymore in the office. But no. And I like Brianna, so this is just like disappointing to see that this was her reaction in response to Trisha bringing it up again. But that's what happened between Barstool and Trisha, her bringing it up again, Brianna's response to the whole thing getting talked about again. Let me know if you guys saw the situation back when it happened in 2021 and how you kind of feel about this now that it's come up again. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.